Alright, so in this video we're checking out the Ottocast OttoScreen AI. This is an 11.4-inch CarPlay and Android Auto adapter. This is going to be mostly for your older vehicles. So, for example, my car already has a built-in screen with CarPlay and Android Auto support. It's a newer car, it's 2020. If you have an older vehicle that doesn't have anything like that, then this is a great option. And obviously it's a very large screen. So this is 11.4 inches, super wide. I think the one in my car is like 5 inches or 6 inches, so it's quite a bit smaller than this one. So I'll show you that a little later in the video in terms of the size comparison. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get everything out of the box and let's see what we've got here. All right, so here's everything you get in the box. You get the screen itself. You get a power adapter here. So this is cigarette lighter adapter, has a pass-through for USB 2.0 and USB-C here. Pretty long cable, and this is going to power the screen. You've got a rear camera here with a really long wire, and this goes into the back, like probably near the license plate or something like that. You kind of have to fish all this cable through your car, and there's a cable here that you're going to attach to the rear reverse light on your car. And so when you go into reverse, that reverse light turns on, and then that powers on the, I guess it gives the camera the signal to turn on, and then you'll see the rear view camera in the screen here. So obviously another great option in addition to the Android Auto and CarPlay stuff is you get the rear view camera here. So for a lot of the older cars that don't have that, you have that option now to see the rear view on the screen. We'll show that a little bit later in the video. You get this audio jack adapter, I think that's for pumping audio out from this to your stereo in your car. You get a support card from Ottocast with some details on how to get for questions, and you get your user's guide. And here's what the screen looks like. It looks like there's a matte screen protector on here. It kind of gives it a little bit less reflective look. I might just leave that on there because I kind of like the matte look, and it is touchscreen, so obviously we'll see if that affects it at all. The mount is already attached. It came in the box attached like so, but I think it is removable. You can adjust the mount here up with this screw. You can tighten it and loosen it and adjust the angle. So once you get the angle that you like, you tighten it up and then it should fix it in place. And then you got this large, looks like some sort of adhesive here. Some sort of VHP probably, and this is for attaching it to your dash. It is somewhat flexible, as you can see here. So if your dash is curved, it's going to be good for attaching it to curved surfaces on your dash. But be aware that depending upon how where your dash is in your line of sight on your car, this might obstruct your field of view. So you may want to do some other options in terms of mounting it, but I think this mount is removable from the screen itself. Yeah, so you just slide it down and then the mount just pops off like so. It looks like that. We'll set this to the side. So screen's, as it's pretty wide, but it's only sort of thicker in the back center part, and then this side here is a lot thinner. This is where all your connections are going to be made. So you have a SD card slot there for a micro SD card probably for media, music, or videos, audio jacks, and your USB-C for power. And nothing on this side. So it should automatically power up when you turn your car on. So if your cigarette lighter gives power when you turn the key, then it should send power to that. I'm going to power it on the desk here just to show you what this looks like. Alright, so there it goes turning on now. I had it upside down. Okay, so that took about 20 seconds. Not too bad. So if you're turning on your car and getting ready to go, putting your seatbelt on, that kind of stuff, not too bad. Yeah, so basically this is the Ottocast interface, and you can then initiate CarPlay or Android Auto, depending on what phone you have, or if you want to directly play apps on this interface here, not through CarPlay or Android Auto, you can do that. Things like YouTube or Netflix. I believe those things are kind of restricted when you go into the CarPlay or Android Auto. You're not going to be able to play videos, but obviously you don't want to be playing videos while you're driving. That's not safe. But if you're stopped, maybe charging your car or something, stop somewhere, then you can go ahead and launch some of these apps here. They have Spotify, TikTok, and obviously they have a Play Store here. So this is basically like a large Android tablet, basically. And you can install your own apps as well. If you have other media that you'd rather use instead of YouTube, just go ahead and launch it here. Probably have to sign into a Google account. And it also has, I'm not connected to the internet right now either. Also, it has Gemini ability. So if we go back out, if you click this button here, it'll launch Gemini. So I'll have to go ahead and I'll set up my Google account on here, and we'll go to the car and we'll see how this operates in the car. Also, we'll see how bright this is. It's a pretty bright screen, but I want to see what it looks like outdoors in bright sunlight. All right, so I'm going to do a quick basic setup here on Android Auto. So we launch Android Auto here on the interface, and then we just need to pair my phone's Bluetooth to this is CarScreen RX9CF67. Go to my phone, my Bluetooth device, pair your device, and there it is. Hit that, and we'll hit pair. It should detect that, and okay, so we'll allow access. There we go. Should show up here now. There we go. And it says welcome to Android Auto. Hit continue. And we should get our Android Auto here. And for CarPlay, it's the same thing, but with an iPhone with CarPlay. And then again, it says I need to connect to that Bluetooth. Go to my Bluetooth settings. Should pick that up. All right, there we go. Hit pair. Sure. And we'll go ahead and turn on Wi-Fi and connect. It's CarPlay device found. And boom, here we are in the CarPlay interface. All right, so here's a quick look at the screen here on my dash and next to my built-in dash on my car. So I think the built-in dash on my car is maybe like 6 inches. Not huge, but it's a more 4:3 or 16:9 aspect ratio versus the auto screen is much wider. It's like 21:9 or something like that. And I am outside here. I just want to show you sitting at a parking lot right now. Just to give you an idea of the brightness of the screen. It's a little bit less bright than my built-in screen or on the car. See if I can adjust the brightness here. Yeah, it looks like I can go up. Okay, so it's not automatically adjusting, which is fine. And now that's pretty much close to what my built-in dash looks like. Got the Google Maps up on here. I don't have the audio connected to my car stereo. It's probably what you want to do for music. This is a podcast, so if you want to listen to audiobooks, this is what it would sound like.
There's like, I imagine I feel like this is true for me, and I'm sure it's much more true for you. There's kind of a diminishing return to studying with others. Like, there's only so much more that you're getting at. It's not that it's not good.
So the volume, it could be better. So let me see if I can maximize it. It doesn't sound amazing, so let's maximize the volume.
Valuable because even a small edge is potentially worth a lot of money when you're playing for high stakes. But then, like, if the intuition is the part of, like, if that's an entire half of the equation,
so it's about what you would expect. It's a fairly small speaker. I think if you're driving around with road noise, probably would be difficult to hear. So I would recommend definitely connecting it to your car audio via the aux cable. That would be the best situation if you have aux in. But then there's also Bluetooth audio out, as well as sending out via FM radio. So you could connect it via FM radio to your car stereo that way as well. So you get better volume through your car speakers, but the audio quality might be a little bit degraded. Now, the other thing that's nice about this, if you don't want to use the built-in Android Auto or CarPlay, You can use this to built-in Android interface, but then you will need to connect it to some sort of a device like a Wi-Fi hotspot, for example, because it will need some sort of internet access to be able to function. So you could use this for Google Maps navigation for a device that isn't Android or iPhone. So this may be like a dumb phone with some sort of built-in Wi-Fi hotspot, for example, then that would work. So that's an example of how you could use this for your older cars. But anyway, it's going to cover for this video. Hopefully you found it helpful. If you got any questions, comments, let me know in the comment section below. Put a link in the description if you guys want to check it out, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.